Even though I would love to talk about how Bones made no fucking sense.
Perfect. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Bones, guys. So
first off, let me put it out there. Yes, this was on our list several times to do. And for whatever reason, we all, like last year, I think what beat it out was The Simpsons, was the Treehouse of Horror or something like that. We always wanted to do Bones. We just never came around to it. And the only thing, but here's the reason why. Eris will go, maybe. Chris, and this is going to be the running thing for the whole episode. Hey man, Bianca Lawson, D, shut up.
Yeah.
Like Chris, you have no other. You gave me like no other option. Like you could have said Pam Grier, halfway decent soundtrack, 2000s movies bullshit. You could have said anything else. Bianca D, Bianca D, Bianca.
I mean, to CJ's credit, Bianca was killing it with them braids though.
I would say this. The only thing I didn't like about Bianca is because I blame my little sister, because every light-skinned girl looked the fucking same to me now. Always, especially in the early 2000s. If you put Christina Milian, like whatever, I don't know, but whatever. The point is,
You're right.
She spelled.
You're right. Hold on. During that timeline, the 2000, and what? This was 2001. God, this movie came out 17 years ago. But
it was really, really good to be a light-skinned black girl. I will say that.
It was because you want to know something else. Around that same year, you got Bianca Lawson, you had Christina Milian, you had Homegirl from How High. Not Voorhees, the other girl.
Essence Act.
Yeah, Essence Act. You had her. Jesus, there's quite a few.
Can I point out
that's actually a good thing, Chris, and that's what I was going to hop on you about. You always talked about Bianca's age and all that. I think you really meant Essence Atkins, because she's knocking on the door at 50.
But see, here's the kicker though. I always got Bianca and fucking Danielle Nicolette mixed up.
See, that's who you got. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're right.
Because they both were on fucking the Saved by the Bell fucking show, the one after like the college year shit. It was the new class, and I think Danielle Nicolette popped up on that show too. And I always got both of them mixed up, even though they both look youthful as shit anyway, even to this day. So it's like,
Yeah, dude. And here, but the thing that always killed me is like, I remember, and we said it to several ones. I'm a part of it too. We said Bianca was in MILF territory. That heifer is our age.
hey, no, correction. I said if she was in porno, she'd be automatically put in the MILF category because porno, for some reason, if you're hitting mid-30s or even early 30s, you're a MILF for some stupid.
I'm gonna tell you, like I said, you better lower that bar. I remember who was it? Eris's favorite girl, Ayana Angel, came back for like 2 episodes, like 2 scenes. Chris, and I quote, she was 31 years old, and they put her in the MILF category. But y'all didn't even try. Y'all didn't even try. She was 27, and she was 27 when she bounced and came back 3 years later. Oh, she a MILF now.
Yeah, they really did try.
They did the same thing to Jessica Bangkok, so go figure.
And you made a good point on this, D. Bones illustrates all the horror tropes of the early 2000s.
All of them.
It's not just that, and it's not even just that that it takes cues from a lot of horror tropes from the early 2000s. The movie itself is an homage to Blaxploitation films.
It really is.
Specifically, one movie that's actually a really great movie and is actually one of the bigger sellers in our mom and pop video store, JD's Revenge. Good movie. Yeah.
You know what's another good? JD's Revenge is good. Nobody talks about that though.
Yeah. The Colonel from a Different World played a mild-mannered college student who got his spirit trapped by a pimp, and he goes around killing people.
Of course, it was a pimp.
Yeah, and hey, Glenn Turman, he was great. He was great in that movie. I loved it. So it's like this movie. You might as well say this is Snoop Dogg playing out his fantasy of, because I think this is around the time that Snoop was really big on doing a lot of 70s homages in his music videos around that time too, if I remember.
Yeah, and I think
it wasn't.
No. It
wasn't.
More leans on. Yeah, it could have been his fantasy as a kid to always do this, but it also leans more onto what was going on at the time. Remember, the American Pimp came out, and there was a lot of stuff about pimps.
Oh,
and that was like,
the Bishop Don Juan and all them motherfuckers.
The thing,
what was the other nigga I did? Yeah, but yeah,
this was around the time when Snoop was just heavy in a bunch of movies. Like he was doing at least 1 to 2 movies a year, and
wasn't this the same time he did the porn where the porno came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And this was like a year out from Doggy Fizzle Television or something like that.
Yeah,
What was
Doggy
his name?
Televisual.
Yeah.
AKA MTV gave him a show, and shockingly enough, it actually did pretty decent ratings.
It was decent, but here's the thing: it deserved 1 season. It didn't.
Hey, look, man, I was one of those people that I was equal opportunity. It's like, look, if Tom Green can get like 3 seasons, give Snoop Dogg 3 seasons. Fuck it.
Hey, look, real talk. Look, hold on. If we're gonna play that, the Why the Hell Lyricist Lounge didn't get 2 seasons, dog.
Because MTV hates greatness, D. You should know this.
They do. There's times when MTV can shoot for the stars, and then there's times when someone will say, "Hey, MTV, here's a shooting star coming at us," and MTV be like, fuck it, we don't care.
Thankfully,
hey, stop your yap about all that positive stuff. Annie Milonakis needs a show.
But thankfully, though, Tracy Ellis Ross managed to land on her feet doing Girlfriends immediately after Lyricist Lounge show was over. So it all worked out.
Wait a minute, Tracy wasn't? Yes, she was.
Yep, that was an improv show. Wow. So she didn't do any rapping, but she did do a lot of improv comedy in that show.
Yeah, I remember.
That was where she got her start.
Yeah,
and that was like 15 full-on years before niggas said they wanted to fuck her. I said it. Dudes didn't want to bang her out until after Girlfriend got off the air.
Even when that show was on, I was like, man, she looking pretty nice. Who is this?
But niggas, look, here's the thing that gets me about her, and this is no disrespect to her. Nobody really started hopping on her until about right before Blackish started.
I thought it was right after Girlfriends. I could have sworn when Girlfriends started up.
Of course, look, let me make this very clear. Of course, she had her group of, of course, there's going to be people out there who's going to love her and all the rest of that. I'm talking about what we see today. Like, oh, man, Tracy, I fuck the shit out of her skinny ass. Oh, man, she got them big ass eyes, man. It's like
now, you just hear this but here's the thing about that. Tracy knows this shit because even Deese's and Mero pointed out, you putting these thirst traps out there. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's bullshit, Tracy. You've been thirst trapping people on Instagram every goddamn day because she knows it.
Yes, she has, and I'm tired of it with her little itty bitty booty and decent figure. Look, the point is this.
Side note, between Tracy,
I will give her this.
Tracy, the fucking older daughter on Black Lightning, and fucking who's the other chick? All three of them be fucking thirst trapping on Instagram. They fucking know.
Nigga. Here's the thing I will say this. When it comes to all that, when it comes to like the thirst trapping and all that, I get why. I totally do. I really do.
I'm not knocking it. Hey, do you?
But at the same time, I'm tired of y'all. I am so tired. Because here's the thing. If Bianca did that, I would never hear the end of it from Christopher.
I keep that to myself, sir.
Oh, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't, Chris. Chris.
No, he would. He would.
No, you wouldn't. You're giving You're giving Chris too much credit. That's fine. It's fine.
There's a bunch of chicks that we follow on Instagram that I was like, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I ain't saying not a goddamn word.
And there been times when I switched over from my personal account over to the 3BG account, and I just see the ocean of Instagram stories. And when the first 8 are our IG models, I'm like, you know what? I ain't saying shit.
I'm not hating on this girl, Chris. Look, Chris, I'm not hating on this girl, but we got to unfriend her now because she's the worst one. I'm not judging her, but the chick that does yoga, I'm tired of her. Oh, I am tired of her. So what, bitch? You can arch your back. Wow, that's amazing. No. What is your job? What's your day job?
It's yoga D. It's yoga D. It was always yoga.
It's yoga D. It's always that's the problem. See, you already hypnotized. That girl ain't got no job.
So you shut your mouth, D. She's a hardworking mother.
She's a hardworking mother. She's hey Chris. She's selling her food stamps. She's selling her WIC checks. I know what she's doing. I know how you stay clothed, bitch. You ain't fooling nobody. You the devil.
Now here's the thing. All right, let's go back to Bones though. So here's the thing. It's very Blaxploitation homage, clearly, right? I had a couple of issues with the movie in the fact that one, even in Blaxploitation movies, the blood was red. Why is this movie the blood is dark pink?
Because Chris, that's symbolism.
What symbolism?
No, it's not. No.
I wasn't going to finish that. If you thought I was going to finish that, no.
It is symbolism. It's symbolism. It's symbolism that this is 2001 New Line cinema.
All right, there you go. Actually, you got a point there because the blood in it's kind of funny.
The blood in the blood in I would say the special effects blood in like the last 4 New Line cinema movies all look the same.
But here's you know what the flip side of that is though, Eris? You say that about this movie. Remember in Jason Goes to Hell where the blood was way too dark red?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. New Line Cinema always had a problem with blood.
If you want to point any fingers or blame, you can point it at the 3 producers of this movie and the 2 writers of this movie.
Why? Wait. They ain't special effects. Now the producer, all 3 of them.
One of the writers was part of the Carnosaur franchise. So there you go.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Also the director was
our boy Ernest Dickerson.
Yeah, who did Juice. Man did Juice. Surviving the Game, and an episode from season 1, the good season of The Walking Dead.
You know what? I will say, since we're giving out complaints, I will say this, and I was talking to Chris about this. When it comes to the vengeful spirit, I had this question. Okay, so what are your rules? and I know, and Eris, and before you stop me, it took me a while to finally unplug and fuck it. You got Freddy. Oh, you're going by Freddy Krueger rules. Okay. I'm thinking this is like The Grudge, the first Ringu. I'm thinking it's like one of the Japanese horrors where they actually do the vengeful spirit pretty damn well.
Nope.
No,
Mm-mm.
this is Freddy Krueger. This is Freddy Krueger. I'm killing everybody. Why? Because.
I mean, because it's like there's I would say there's 2 people total that I'm like, well, that was why'd you kill them? They didn't do anything wrong to you, man.
Exactly.
But like, and one of them was
the two white guys that Bones kills. I mean, that's quite obvious. They were innocent.
No. I ain't talking about them. Fuck them for a second. No. I'm talking about Kali Khan's brother and Bones is a bodyguard.
Oh, dude. Again, this is
not the brother that stole the ring, but the other one that.
Yeah. The brother of it, like, first of all, his bodyguard. I understand that. The reason, let's just be real here. The real reason why he did it is because, dude, it's a revenge. It's a revenge from beyond the grave movie. Yeah. Everybody's getting it.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. And like I said, I was thinking it was like The Ring where, you're attacking them because you have a reason to, because they're connected in some way. Or so you're just killing. All right, fuck it. Let's just go with it.
And here's the thing.
No. See, this isn't like Jason, where Jason would just go on just a mass killing spree for like 9+ fucking movies. In Bones' case, my man Bones had a laundry list of people he went at.
And here's the thing.
And it was a short laundry list.
And here's the thing. If you're gonna do a scary movie, you can't, like, it's either one of 2 things. It's either one, you stay serious from beginning to end, or B, you establish that you're goofy as shit from jump.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
The problem with this movie is that it starts off scary enough, maybe not scary to my standards, but it's like, okay, there's a bit of air of like, okay, there's something here. And then when the movie just goes off rails on its goofiness, when like he kills freaking Eddie Mac's partners, and you see their body blood splatter, and it's the outlines of their body. I'm like, okay, now you're getting goofy, movie. Now you're getting goofy.
The outline of the blood, the body outline blood splatter, and then the
heads.
Actual fill in the blank blood splatter.
Yeah, the talking heads
right there
that have a subconscious that can actually talk. Like, oh, come on, Bones, man, you didn't have to cut off my head. And it's like, oh my god, why? So Jimmy Bones is a numbers runner, and a numbers runner is essentially kind of like what's like the early lottery kind of thing, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Chris. Bullshit. You're a pimp and a drug dealer.
But Jimmy Bones is
can't really call him a drug dealer though. We'll get to that.
He's a numbers runner, D.
Barris, I'm gonna be real with you. I understand it, and I know what the movie told me. But I never not known one pimp not to push coke one time.
See, here's the thing about Jimmy, right? So he's a numbers runner, right? I don't know why before I watched this movie to kind of refresh my memory, why did I think that he was also selling weed? Because it's Snoop Dogg. But okay, so he's a numbers runner. Everybody in this neighborhood is making money, and considering this is like 79 going into 80, numbers running kind of turned into something that wasn't a feasible thing to make money anymore.
Real talk, that thing stopped being feasible after 1968.
Well, we saw that. Well, yeah, which is funny because if you watch Dead Presidents, that movie emphasized when numbers running was like dead in the fucking water.
Yeah, because and I would go as far as imagine city to city, but I really think by like 74, niggas ain't running the numbers no more.
Yeah. So like I was thinking when Jimmy was like, Clifton Powell's his boy Jeremiah, he was like, I got these guys here, you already know something's up. And essentially, Lupovich, white dude, and this other guy
Lupovich is played by Michael Weiss. Now, anybody want to know if you know who Michael Weiss is, you probably know him from the NBC show that lasted way longer than a lot of people thought it lasted, The Pretender. And yes, like in The Pretender, he's wearing fucking makeup, and it's glorious. They gave a fat guy makeup, and I died laughing.
CJ, can I also point out, since you mentioned Clifton Powell's character, Can we just go ahead and call it what it is? He was playing Big Smoke before San Andreas came out.
Yeah. He had a very much... It's funny how he turned respectable black guy On some respectability politics with them. when you left the hood, like,
he turned respectable, but you know the real reason, especially when Bones finally catches up with him, you find out why he did what he did.
So Jimmy, he's meeting with Lupovich and Eddie Mack, Eddie Mack, you might as well say, Ricky Harris is what I like to call not Lawrence Fishburne or skinny Lawrence Fishburne.
But I just looked at him like, bro, it's Ricky Harris. But it's not just Ricky Harris. It's Ricky Harris with probably the smoothest looking, the smoothest looking. Oh God!
Pimp haircut. That's what you say. It's a pimp perm. That is a pimp perm.
That is a permanent press.
Which this is our second Ricky Harris movie, because me and D had did Tales from the Hood, and he was in that movie too.
So. No. This is our third one. Remember, he was in Hard Rain.
Oh yes, he was. Wow. Yeah. Hard Rain. Wow. But yeah, so basically, they're like, hey, so Jimmy, we got this deal. So here's what we want you to do. We want you to sell this drug here. It's going to be hot in the streets later on, and it's crack. And Jimmy's like, nah.
I like how they don't outright call it crack. They just say it's like it's poor man's freebase.
Yeah.
It's the poor man's freebase.
Yeah, and Jimmy is looking at it like, nah, man, I ain't pushing this in my neighborhood. Nah, we don't sell drugs in this neighborhood.
Hello, Dwayne Shaw. Hello, Dwayne Shaw, 3 Black Geeks. I just like to put it out there. This is not more like questions. This is more of a statement. I'm just going to be really honest with you. This is when it becomes an official Blaxploitation movie. Because only in Blaxploitation movies, a pimp is the hero of the ghetto.
Not only that, let's just we can also point out that the writers just decided to say, hey, you know what? Let's have Snoop relive one of the scenes from The Godfather. Oh, drugs.
Hey, you know what I like? I like Nino Brown. But what if he was a good guy?
Where he says drugs, like, nah, I ain't pushing that. He's like, come on, man, like them suckers out there, they out there trying to buy lottery tickets and shit. Like they'll go for this too. Yeah, but them suckers, they my people.
Wait. But they're still suckers though. So you obviously don't have respect for them.
But D, he's noble enough to exploit them because of their money. But as long as it's not dealing with drugs, it's fine.
In other words, it ain't hurting them.
It's basically
it is. I mean, to be financially, because nobody remember what they clearly said, and that was the whole point about running numbers. Nobody ever hits it.
It's the lottery. It's like you got a 1 in chance of winning. If you're if you're that select person that happens to know the actual number. That's all it really is. So it's like you have a choice, but I think it's a thing of you have a choice when it comes to the number. You don't have to play it if you don't want to.
Look. That nigga had an elevator in his house in 1970 whatever.
79.
Nobody ever hit those numbers.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But so basically
nobody.
Jeremiah is on there like, come on, Jimmy, come on, man, you gotta take this deal, man, because Jeremiah is jealous of Jimmy because Jeremiah is one of those dudes, understandable to a point where he doesn't want to live in Jimmy's shadow, but instead of doing something different, he opts to kind of do the other way with it. So it's like, as much as you could say, most people may be like, well, Jeremiah's innocent. Not really, because he's
really not.
I don't know. He kind of is, but it's Clifton Powell, so who gives a shit?
That's why I told D this. I was like, it's Clifton Powell, man. There's some underhanded shit with him where it's like, even when he died in the movie, it's like, I didn't really care. It's like, yeah, he deserved it. Fuck it.
But here's the funny thing about that, and that's the funny thing about his whole character, where he comes off more of a person that's spooked because he's spooked for a fucking reason. And it's like, nah, you deserve to die because it's like, well, I mean, he did.
But at the same time, it's like he
it's like this. He did, but he could have, but not really. And wait a minute, that's Big Smoke. Fuck him.
But here's the kicker, though. If he had let's just put a what if here, right? What if he just outright just told the police, yeah, so back in the day, me, your boy Lobovich and me, we killed Jimmy Bones. Given our climate and stuff, do you really think the police would give a shit? Not really.
You killed a pimp.
Nobody cares.
And
nobody would care. It'll just be like, all right, well, let's just tear the shit down and get it over with. Done.
No.
Credits. No movie.
They hit this thing. They look before all of it was over. Your boy Max said, "Nah, I'm nigga," and they pull out guns on him and basically force Jimmy to smoke the crack. He takes a hit off it. You know, he's dizzy because come on, that's the first time he ever hitting crack, and he's like in the ether about it. And he sees his girl Pam Grier and I have to say this about Pam Grier. How did y'all guys like the way they younged her up?
Oh! You mean coffee, Pam Grier?
Yeah, basically. I mean, I was waiting for them tits to pop out at that point. I'm like, okay.
Of course you was, Chris. Anyway, look, here's the one thing I will say about Pam Grier in this movie. Pam, we always know she just looks good. She's just a good-looking black woman. But we all know how Pam got older. She just got a little bit more heavyset, and she's clearly a grandma. So the way they did it in this movie, they basically just smoothed her face and gave her an afro and glasses. And I said, you know what? Good enough.
I mean, before Marvel start, cornering the market on making everybody look young, this movie kind of was like, all right, well, shit, we got something here.
Somebody did that to Black Panther. Young up Angela Bassett. The computer broke, sir. God damn it.
I mean, when you look at her, and she's next May she'll be 70.
Hey.
So she was 60. What in this movie?
60. Wait, if she's 69 now, then that means Jesus.
She was.
That was 17 years ago. That was 17 years ago.
That was 17 years ago, bro. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was in her 50s.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. And here's the funny part, man. I remember it was like right after this movie, I think a couple of years later, she was in that show, The L Word, as like an older lesbian, and she had a relationship. I was like, oh, good on you, Pam. And wow, sex scene. Okay, wow.
Wasn't expecting that.
Did not see that coming. I was like,
that was her TV run, right?
Yeah.
She was first of all, before this, she was in Ghost of Mars, and after that, after Bones, she was in, and I'm amazed that she survived this. She was in Pluto Nash.
Oh shit, she was.
You know why she survived it? Because first off, Ghost of Mars. Hey, 3 Black Geeks, are y'all going to do it? No. What about Pluto Nash? And Pluto Nash, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Her and Eddie were probably the only two people that survived. And Pam Grier, let's just be honest. She has been in some shit. She has been in some shitty movies, okay? So, good for her for surviving.
Yeah, because she's one of those fortune tellers, and she, before the meeting even happened, she was like, yeah, Jimmy, I don't like this. I don't feel this is right. Don't go to the meeting. Why don't you just chill with me for the night? And he's like, nah, baby, I'll be gone I'll be back after 15 minutes, and it'll be done. And she just had to look like the girlfriend.
How'd you like the 70s, but so not 70s lingo he was saying?
Oh,
it was basically like, hey, Snoop, just talk the way you normally talk.
I like when Snoop was talking to Pam. I said, responds in the Mac.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like, so she walks through the door, right? Jimmy takes out his famous switchblade and cuts Lupovich. Lupovich shoots this nigga dead in the stomach, and they pretty much almost go RoboCop on this nigga. They fuck up his whole midsection. Just start
which really had me going. I'm like, you know something? Looking back at just looking at that scene alone just made me say, huh? This is not far off from art imitating real life.
Yeah, it really isn't. It really isn't. And
I'm like, bro, you just got a cut on your arm. And you pretty much unload your entire clip into this one guy with a knife.
Now, bear in mind.
Hey, look, dude. You're forgetting that we did what's the name of that movie? The Steven Seagal movie earlier this year, where your boy McGinley, he was coming at me. I was defending myself.
Now, bear in mind, folks. Now, bear in mind, folks, these flashbacks.
That nigga didn't even have a gun on him.
He really didn't. He took one step, and I had to shoot him.
He was coming at me. I was defending myself. I'm an American.
With his mustache, that fucking racist ass
I
mustache.
love
That racist ass mustache.
You know what's the sad part? Real talk. The sad part is we probably only got one more movie with McGinley being good McGinley in it, and after that is a bunch of shit that we're never going to do. That's what makes me sad.
Well, we do got
a
hold on. No, we do have, and we also got a TV show that he shows up in.
That's not Scrubs.
Yeah, not Scrubs. It's Better Call Saul. He's in that.
Oh, yes,
Better
he
Call.
is.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, you're right.
He's in that.
But
He's in.
saying.
Hold on, D. He's in that. Sans the racist mustache.
Oh,
See, now I don't want no part of it. I want racist McGinley. I want racist McGinley or McGinley that's trying to change the world McGinley. One of the two.
No, see, he's not. Look, he's none of that in the show. But
Great. He's just regular asshole McGinley.
now bear in mind, folks. Now bear in mind, folks. The flashbacks that leads up to us finding out what happened to Bones is over the course of the movie. We figure we set the tone by just telling you outright what happened because it's just easier that way.
Yeah, because you're right about that. Because what happens right after that is Mac then tells everybody to stab this nigga in the gut.
So everybody's implicated.
What reason?
So everybody's
in the
implicated.
Murder.
Yeah, so everybody's implicated in the murder, and essentially,
Chris, but Chris, again, it goes to your point. You killed a pimp. Nobody's going to give a shit.
Because let's be real about this, folks. In the world of Jimmy Bones, I'm pretty sure this is a cold case that will never get solved, and they're just thank God we can solve this shit.
I mean, come on. First of all, you're a corrupt cop in 1979. Believe me. You think motherfuckers get over now? He really would have got over back then.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know, whatever. But anyway, they make everybody in the room stab him, and this is why I feel bad for Clifton Powell's character. Because he's like, Jimmy, I never wanted this to happen. He's like, I never wanted this to happen. And right before he stabs him, and Jimmy just spits in his face. I'm like, that's fucked up. That means you never liked that nigga in the first place. That's fucked up.
No. See, hold on. See, the thing is, it was before he stabbed him when Jimmy looked at him and said, like, Jeremiah, you really gonna do this? Since we was grasshoppers, man. Foreshadowing.
Yeah. So here's
right
the thing.
There. Look, and the nigga killed me was like, Jimmy, I got two guns in the back of my head. I have a child. The fuck do you want me to do?
and which hold on, I can say the same thing about Shotgun, his bodyguard. Shotgun, he's just looking at him like, Jimmy, man, why? Like, I didn't want to do this. Stabs him anyway.
I gotta be real about this. Shotgun to me is probably one of the more realistic characters in the fact that him living with the guilt, I felt that was kind of like very perfect. He had to stab his boss basically, and having that knowledge and knowing that his boss spirit is fucking with that house. Because he's the only one, he knows that the spirit of Bones is alive and well in that house.
Actually, no, because then his old lady has to stab him, and he kissed her. Right, it was like, oh, that's sweet. And then all of it gets ruined by the most 1970s writing ever. They did strip off her shirt.
Man, did they? Did they?
Fucking why?
I'm amazed at how easy it was able to be stripped off.
And look, I'm gonna be even more real. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be a full-on pig. You don't strip off Pam Grier's shit without you giving me some type of chesticle, and you gave me nothing. Fuck
nothing.
You. Fuck you.
Nothing.
I just want. Look, I didn't even want full-on boob. Just give me the top part of it. This is Pam Grier, nigga. Come on.
Can I also point out something, by the way, about our boy Shotgun? See, in the very beginning of the movie, when the movie kicks off, we see, what is it? Yeah, we see before crack era hit him, Tyrone Biggums with a shotgun.
That's what he turns into, man. And
my man turned, like, flash forward to 2001, my man turned into Tyrone Biggums with that shotgun.
I know, right?
But not like, but before, like, but then we see him up in his room, which my man had locked up tighter than goddamn Fort Knox. pulls out a rifle and starts shooting it at this dog with New Line Cinema glowing red eyes. And
I'm not even blaming that on New Line Cinema. 2000s.
2000s. And as he's firing off shots, as he's firing off shots at him, I'm looking at him like, all right, Lex, go right ahead.
I always wanted to see what happens to your boy Kim. Your boy Kim after he stopped singing "Share My Life." he goes back.
I always wonder what Lex Steele looks like when he gets scared.
I mean, and here's the thing, Shotgun. You said Tyrone Biggums. I thought, for a second, I thought he was doing crack. Turns out he's just alcoholic. He's just drinking his sorrows away, essentially. And he, at the outset of this movie, he basically is shooting this dog that he knows is possessed by that's connected to Jimmy and stuff. And these white guys go into a black neighborhood and buy crack from these two dealers. They're one of they're freaking Eddie Max guys. They basically tell these guys, all right, we got your money.
Dude, I think we got lost in something. Where are you at? Like, he's on the phone and goes, where are you at? If you turn your bitch ass around, you can see I'm right behind you, Mork.
Mark ass treak.
And that's when it hits D. So are we in Chicago, LA?
The movie never specifies. That's
the movie definitely never.
The movie never specifies.
No, in order for you to specify where they are, just pay attention to any car's license plates.
Yeah,
and I tried. I didn't see nothing. I didn't give a fuck.
Hey, guys! You want to know where they filmed this at, though? In actuality.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna throw it out here. I don't have Wikipedia in my face. I'm gonna throw it out here. It was in Canada, wasn't it?
Yep, Vancouver, British Columbia.
Knew it. I was thinking on Toronto, to be honest with you, but whatever.
Yeah, Vancouver, which I would never figured either. I was like, Vancouver.
Because the only reason why I said Canada in this one is because a part of me was like, just the architecture of that building made me say, bullshit, that's America.
Well, see, what made me say that was actually where Clifton Powell and his family lived. I was like, that's a little too woody to be like L.A. or some shit.
This is supposed to be like my man. Like, first of all, Jimmy owned a brownstone in 1979.
Haha.
A brownstone with an elevator in it, though.
Why was this movie not set in New York?
All right, before we even go into it, before we get a little bit deeper, I'm gonna throw it out there because my wife wants me to tell everybody. When Bones comes back at the end of this movie, Snoop, I love you. That's clearly a wig.
I thought he's grown his hair out that long.
He was. No, that was his hair.
That was not his hair.
Mm-hmm.
That was extension. That was extension. Yes, Eris, as a fellow Hairnite like you. Yes, when we blow out our hair permanent out, it does lay pretty. That was a little bit too long for Snoop.
I mean, it was a vampire from Brooklyn long and shit.
But here's the thing.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on Vampire in Brooklyn.
It's like this. It's not as bad as like Eddie Murphy and Vampire in Brooklyn. It's just clearly extensions, which, got to be honest with you, it goes with the Undertaker, Dude,
that's what I was
going on.
That's what I was trying to tell you. That's what I was getting to. This movie was Snoop living out his blaxploitation pimp / Undertaker fantasy because, bruh.
Before anybody say it ain't Undertaker, Snoop's a fucking WWE mark.
He was on the WWE soundtrack.
Yeah, he was on the WWE soundtrack. Bruh, all right, check this out. I'm gonna flash forward real quick. When Snoop first comes back, my man is rocking the brand new outfit. He's got the Undertaker hat on. He's got the leather jacket and everything. Bruh, when he walks and the flames bursting everywhere, you could just silence the movie, throw the Undertaker's theme song on top of it, straight out of freaking Long Beach.
Long Beach via New York, Chicago, Detroit, and obviously Vancouver.
So basically, they go inside there, they pull the brick out of the side of the building, they get their coke, and then they hear the alarm go off, and like, son of a bitch, these motherfuckers duped us. They stealing our car, as they're going back, the cops roll around there, and there's Lovovich and his partner, and a guy was Lovovich is like, hey, there's nobody in the building. Let's get the fuck out of here and stuff. Which, hint, hint, you figure out why he wants to get the hell out of there, because that's where they kill Bones.
Oh, just to throw it out there, and we're going to get to that line. I love your Shotgun. Shotgun says what has to be the dumbest, but yet, oh my God, yes, line I have ever heard in a horror movie in a while. That doesn't happen until later, but I'm just priming it up. Shotgun said something that made me pause the movie and leave for 15 minutes. That's all I gotta say.
So the white guys go in there in predictable fashion. They're, all the spooks and haunts and stuff, and then basically Bones makes work of the two white guys and stuff and brings them to the building and kills them, essentially.
Now, this is where it gets confusing for me. Okay, so I get Bones killing people in his house and all that. I get that, but so how is his spirit unsettled? Like, did he tell everybody he's going to haunt them in their dreams? Did Pam Grier have something?
No, he never did. It was just
they never said anything.
His spirit is just there. It's a vengeful spirit, essentially.
See,
that's all it really
and
is.
now you hear what D just said. I need everybody to remember that. And if you've seen this movie and know it, at this point, I want you to take that plug, yank it out the back of your goddamn head. You're not going to need it. Just watch the movie and enjoy the ride. Yeah. Because if you think any harder, it's going to make you get mad at the movie. But anyway, after this point, just going to have to be real with you, listeners.
We have to introduce our victim. Our characters first.
Okay, that's a good question, guys. Before we go into them,
we introduce them. We introduce them. We establish them. We let you get to know them. You already know who's gonna go first, and then at that 50-minute mark, go in.
Now,
at that point, hey, special effects guy, go nuts.
Now I laugh at how
it is. Now that being, I'm sorry, Chris, but that being said, I will say this: unlike most movies at the time, I didn't want to kill all of. I didn't like unlike most movies at the time, I didn't want to kill all of them, but I didn't like none of them.
Right. Now here's the kicker. Clifton begat a very multicultural, ethnical family here, because
and they don't even dig into it.
Callie Kane. Okay, so because here's the thing. Callie Kane is his son, and his brother Bill. It's Patrick and Bill. The stepsister Tia, who is from their mom's previous marriage, their stepmom's previous marriage, I should say. And which basically leads to lends credits to the fact that I guess the mom must have divorced and Clifton just, snagged her up and stuff at post-divorce, and then boom.
Nah. It goes in the fact that he betrayed the hood and got a white woman.
Yeah, that too.
Not just any white woman. Not just any white woman. We got my girl, one of my favorite white women, Linda Boyd.
Yeah. Ooh. Linda Boyd.
Okay, D. Linda Boyd. Okay, I can help you. Her very first role was in Project A-ko.
Yeah, she does a lot of voices.
She was the voice of the teacher of Miss Ayumi.
Of course.
And hold on. And from the OVA, Gray Side, Blue Side, she played Liza.
Also, you missed I can't believe you missed the best movie that she ever did, dude. Fatal Fury 2: The New Battle as Elsa.
I'm getting to that. Jesus.
I'm just saying, you gotta bury the
dude, I was gonna admit.
Hey, Chris, real talk. You're forcing me. I noticed this. I noticed because we all do it, but Chris, you have a habit of doing this. I'm gonna make a meme where it's like me trying to tell a joke and Chris, you coming in with a mallet.
Yes, that needs to be a meme. Please make that a meme.
Before me and Aaron's about to tell the joke, here come Chris.
Yeah,
I'm like, Chris. I'm like, I was getting to that. The next thing I was gonna mention was, dude, she did Rama. She did the Rama 1/2 movie.
Oh, she was.
I would look. Hold on, and I got an answer for you, Eris. Of course, she would fucking know it.
I laugh at the fact that she was also our boy's Mom and Tokyo Drift.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey. I'm sorry. You in the back. What's your question? Yeah. So I got a question about Khalil K. Okay. Yeah. So after the game, did he like just disappear? No, he just went off and did light-skinned things.
The Kelly Kane. Most people that are assholes will say that he peaked at Juice, which I'm like, God, you guys are assholes.
No,
you are assholes.
you're an asshole. You're an asshole for that. No, Khalid peaked in 2001. This movie, and that's it. Okay, let's be fair. This is where he peaked. Because after that, he was just a pretty-eyed, light-skinned nigga. And I will actually say this. I will go as far as to say this.
He was in Girlfriends, though. I will give him this. He did have recurring. Yeah, he was in the whole season of Girlfriends.
He was in a few. I will give him this. He's been in his his share of television shows and stuff like that.
That's right. He replaced Flex in 1-on-1. I totally fucking forgot that shit.
He did.
Yeah, he replaced Flex on 1-on-1. He was also in a couple of episodes.
He was UPN's go-to guy.
He was in the UPN lineup, and with a little bit of Fox because he wasn't Living Single. He was on Moesha. He was on Angel, and he was on Sister Sister.
Half and half. Just
saying. God, you're right. He
was one of those dudes that if everybody makes fun, you know how we make fun of certain celebrities. Oh God, I hope the 90s stay around, long enough for me to live or something like that, right? For Khalil, for me was, I gotta be real with you, y'all. 2010, that's when my time is up, man.
Let me tell you something about Khalil. I felt so bad for him.
See, in 2010, he popped up for the movie for Color Girl.
No, that's what D meant though, because I felt so bad for that guy because he's in a fucking Tyler Perry movie that just says, "Hey, you like black guys? Well, you're gonna hate them in this fucking movie. Tell you that much."
Wait a minute, Yikes. Was he the one that got butt naked in front of homegirl that did Princess of the Front?
He's the one that stripped off the fucking the tearaway suit and shit.
Oh my God. I think he was.
Yeah, I was like, yo, like, look, I watched For Color Girls one time, and I can't watch it again. It's like, this is a depressing ass movie. Jesus Christ. Once the dude threw the fucking kids out the window, I was like, wow, this movie is just no holds bar, aren't we?
That movie was good. It was like good acting. And then Macy Gray gave a girl an abortion, and I stopped watching. I was like, wow.
I'm checked out. But now go back to the movie. I'm sorry about that.
Goldberg was like, I told you not to do it. And then like all of them hugged each other or some shit. I forgot.
So
yeah,
now to point out something. Now we established all these other characters, right? We come to find out that our boy Khalil bought the building that used to be Bones' house.
Get ready for this shit that kind of makes sense, but doesn't make any damn sense.
Now, here's the thing. He bought the house in a neighborhood that's completely run down and damn near forgotten. And the building is also condemned. It's like completely condemned, but his plans are to renovate it, clean it up,
make it a club,
and turn it into a nightclub.
Spoken like a 2001 kid.
And when he found out,
that is the most 2000s plan ever.
Turn it into a club. Could turn into a business. Turn into like, it's a convenience store. No.
Oh man, we can't tear down the building so we can add something onto the land. No,
we keep it the way it is, clean it up on the inside, and just turn it into a nightclub.
I'll be honest with you, just real talk. At that point, here's D. All of you need to die now. All of you.
No, see, now hold on. Keep in mind, he's the only one that's jazzed, like super jazzed about the idea. Everybody else is kind of like, niggas, you serious? You actually spent actual physically holding in your hand money on this place.
Well, his brother was like, did you tell Dad? Fuck no, I didn't tell him. What, crazy?
I like look. I like what he said. That here's me because they're brothers. You see.
Yeah, light-skinned brothers. This is the one time. I gotta say this. in all the movies that we've done wherever there's brothers and stuff, there's always some weird mismatch and shit, right? Where it's like, why is the brother dark skinned and he's light skinned?
Yeah.
They clearly got the same parents with the same skin tone. I'm confused here. This is the one time in the movie they finally get it right where it's like, well, Kylie Kane and him, at least they look like brothers. Shit.
No, they don't, because here's D. Where it's like, who's their dad? Clifton Powell. That's not your damn dad.
Hold on.
Give me this, D. Give me this.
Clifton is way too dark.
Clifton is dark as dark as Clifton is. Then he's got then y'all got a mom who's about as not just white, but Canadian white.
Canadian white.
Now here's the thing. Their sister
that is a different type of different type of pureness of Caucasian.
Now here's the kicker about this movie. This is a horror movie, right? Their sister, she's played by Catherine Isabelle. Now you might be saying, I've seen her before. Oh, you have seen her before because she's in every fucking horror movie that you could think of from the late 90s and early 2000s, because she was in Freddy vs. Jason. She was in fucking Disturbing Behavior. She was in Carrie Remake. She was in fucking 30 Days a Night, Dark Days. She's in every fucking horror movie.
She was she in The Faculty?
Huh?
In the Faculty?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she was. She was in The Faculty.
Okay. Was she in any of the Halloween movies?
No. She was
okay.
in a direct-to-DVD movies called Ginger Snaps.
I heard about that movie.
Hold on. Not only was she in, wasn't she in like both Ginger Snaps? No, she was in all three Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps, and she was in that Kane movie, See No Evil, and See No Evil 2.
And she also did a couple. Hold on, she's also made numerous appearances in X-Files, Smallville, and Supernatural.
Well, let's be real about this. Everybody's in Supernatural. Every fucking damn person that played a teenager in the late 90s, early 2000s pops up in Supernatural.
Actually, you can add late 60s too, because even Scooby-Doo was on Supernatural.
Yeah, that's
Speaking of which, you see the episode?
Yes.
Speaking of which, Chris, you see the episode?
Yeah, I did.
I gotta be real with you. That was fucking awesome.
She's still doing work. She's got Bad Times at El Royale.
I heard about that. Movie's actually okay. Funny part is that movie is like a psychological thriller / horror movie, sort of.
Oh, the Bad Times movie, nigga, I want to watch that shit too.
Yeah, I want to check that out too. But so she's a staple of every horror. Anything that she's in, so it is surprising when I watch.
I find that is hilarious.
I find that funny that she's pretty much been the staple of like horror movies in general. Where the very first thing that she was in was an episode of MacGyver.
All right.
I want to be in horror movies. Well, I got some good news for you. How old are you? About 20 something now. It's the late 90s. Have fun.
Yeah. Hey, look, man.
And to her credit, not bad.
Yeah.
She's 36.
Yeah, still look nice. Still looking good. Again, when you're not racist, you age gracefully. I keep saying this.
Hold on. Hey, Eric. Hey, Chris. You say that. I can imagine when she gets home, she sits at her little vanity table with the mirror. She takes off her eyebrows, takes off the makeup, unhinges her jaw, takes out the false teeth. Niggers.
Don't do this to me, D. Don't do that to me.
Don't do that, D. Please.
Dude. Look, dude. The way we see Ann Coulter now, that's makeup.
Oh man, but anyway,
please don't bring Coulter.
So the makeup of this family is just.
Hold on, CJ. No, I'm sorry, CJ, but hold on. I'm just telling D, D, please don't bring that woman up because I actually met her, okay?
Oh my God. Hey, Eris. When she touched you, did you hear?
No, D. First of all, when I went in, I just went in just to say hello. I shook her hand and nigga, it was like that scene from Full Metal Alchemist, nigga. I saw the door of truth.
Look, you all of a sudden you at the door like, wait a minute, why am I here?
The door opened up. The door opened up and I just saw a giant eyeball open. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here.
Here's you. God, no, this is Martin Luther King. What are you doing touching that racist white woman's hand? Like, wait a minute, is this hell? Actually, this is heaven. We just fucking with you.
Actually, no, but see, actually, before anything else could honestly have popped off, probably the greatest thing ever in my life happened. It was a military vet, injured military vet, black woman, mind you. She saw who she was. I actually talked to her first, and I said, "Look, I'm just gonna go say hello. I'm just gonna be, just gonna be nice." Because the day before, I saw our boy, like John Amos, and then Ann Coulter comes in. So I just said, "Okay, look, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna say hello, and then keep moving. I'm gonna go back to work." She walked up to her right after I said hello, and just went off on her, took her book, and ripped it to shreds. But the Ann's credit, she took it all in stride.
She has no choice. She ain't gonna punch a fucking vet.
That's what I'm saying. She took it all.
You ain't gonna flex on the vet because you're the first one to say I love our veterans. No, you don't, bitch.
No, that's what made. And you see, that's what made me laugh is because I'm looking at her. I looked at her and I was like mildly instigating it, like, "What you gonna do?"
Just imagine in an alternate world where Ann Coulter got into a fight and they just play it 1 billion times on YouTube, and you just got Eris over there in the corner just like low key laughing, seeing this black woman.
I'm invoking.
Seeing this black woman rip off every piece of them edges off of Ann Coulter's head.
See, I'm invoking common rule protocols on this one, dude. On Earth 2, Ann Coulter would have decked that chick. More than likely.
I'm sorry.
Definitely.
You just give a Earth. Did you
Earth
just
2.
grant Chris? Did you just grant Morris me?
Yes,
did you just draw
yes, I did.
First on me, nigga?
Earth 3 would have been Eris instigating that shit out loud. Like, hey, Ann, you gonna let her do that shit to you? I wouldn't.
I don't know. Look, Earth 64 though. Eris is a white guy, and he actually agreed with us. So, we're never going to get through this fucking movie. I'm just going to.
Okay. Let's get
back to the movie.
No, I just wanted to bring that up since you brought up Ann Coulter. I'm sorry. All
right. So the long and short of it is with these kids is that he's making a decision to make this a club and stuff, and Jimmy, because he's a vengeful spirit, is doing everything in his power to give them the hint, get the fuck out this house. Because at least Jimmy's nice enough initially to tell them the hint, get the fuck out of here. Now,
but here's the thing against me. They walk right in. You see somebody's jawbone, and these dumbass niggas, maybe it's a cat. And
their stepsister is so peak white that she sees this dog who has red eyes and says, "Oh, come on, it's a doggy. He's nice. Just give him food." I'm like, yo, that is peak white. Peak white.
I'm gonna name him Bones. I'm like, great. No,
and the only reason
a vegan sandwich.
I love the fact that she said, "I'm gonna name him Bones." Yeah, like, after Jimmy Bones. I'm like, oh, isn't that a coincidence? Because the dog is possessed by the spirit of Jimmy Bones.
Oh,
funny.
Did y'all do what I did? Did y'all pause the movie? Pause. That's Snoop.
Yeah, that's Snoop.
Yeah. Except this is after, because you remember, what was it? Which video was it? Doggy Style, where he did the video where it was the shitty 90s CGI with him transforming into a dog.
Yes.
So here's the thing. She names the dog Bones.
That's like, look, no, just imagine if this was a DMX movie and you see a pit bull show up. The first thing you're going to be, that's DMX. That's obviously DMX. Who else is it going to be?
Somewhere in 2001, DMX is at theater rooting for the dog in the movie. So, there you go.
Look, I love you, Earl. Earl was high as shit watching this motherfucker. Man, this shit, man, I bet that dog, oh man, it was Snoop.
Hold on.
Man, this shit dope as shit.
2001, you tell me, you mean DMX, when he fresh was coming off of his Dark as Hell's Hop, was doing a crack D? Are you telling me he was doing that?
Look, I'm saying this as a fan.
You mean then there was X?
And then there was X.
Yeah,
bad. I'm getting emotional.
I'm saying this as a fan of Earl Simmons. You better fucking believe it. Look. Whatever. But Earl, when he saw that nigga turn, like, yeah, man, this dog a beast, man. He done ate up everything. Oh, Snoop Dogg. Oh, what? Come on. This movie's dope, man.
Now, here's the thing. Their sister calls him Bones. They bring him to the house, right?
How did you like How did you like the extra? I don't know his name. The other brown dude that wasn't black.
The boy. I call him. You know what? I thought he was Pakistani or something like that.
I thought it was like,
hey, you might be laughing. I could have. He looked like he could be possibly.
Yeah.
No.
I will give him this. I will give him this. He said, "I'm the future of America." I'm like, "Yeah, you are." Brown. We don't know what the.
The reason why I'm laughing is because the whole car ride back, they talk. I mean, they just clowning dude. Talking about last time I checked, nigga, you ain't black.
Well, there you go. So yeah, I was right. Yeah.
I'm like, that's messed up, bro. But no, the thing that kills me with him is that he recites this whole Jimmy Bones thing, right? And as he's saying that, Khalil is having these fucking flashbacks of like getting some money from Jimmy and all the rest of that. Now, you're probably telling yourself, oh man, I bet that plays into the plot. Not at fucking all.
No, but bear in mind, though,
nothing in it.
Bear in mind, a couple of seconds before his boy starts rhyming that, he plays off like he never heard of Jimmy Bones. But when he says it, all of a sudden, oh, I remember when Jimmy Bones gave me $1 to get some candy.
Yeah, he's having flashbacks where he was a little kid in 1979.
But you just said you don't remember Jimmy Bones.
Now, here's the question. You think to yourself, you think to yourself, so are they connected? Is that his son? Is there something like... No. I'm sorry.
The plot twist was that Jimmy Bones was his dad. That would have been awesome, wouldn't it have?
I thought that was where it was going. I thought that was where it was going.
I thought that was where it was going too, but then I'm like, nah. Like first of all, it made me look at him. Like it really did make me look at him and say, so wait a minute, dude, how old are you exactly? This is 2001. This was 1979. You were at least 8.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But here's the kicker, though. So their sister names the dog Bones. They take him home, and when he said, their father, Clifton is all like, I gotta feed all these kids, and I gotta
angry black dad.
Yeah, and I gotta feed this dog. And he's like, oh, he's not just a dog, Dad. He's Bones. And you see the look on Clifton's face, just like
the look of horror in Clifton's face. He's like, what'd you call him?
What'd you call him?
Here's the funny thing about Clifton Powell. I think he's a good actor, but he is so like 4 seconds away from going full on slave talk. Don't you talk about that person?
Speaking of which, D, Clifton Powell's gonna be full tilt in Black Lightning season 2. Yay!
Yo. I'm just gonna put it out there. If Clifton Powell doesn't gain a power, this movie, that the whole show.
I need him working with Tobias. That's all I ask out of this season. Just a little.
I need to hear him yell out his version of Big Smoke. Remember the name. I need that in my life.
With the pastor and Black Lightning, all of a sudden has a flashback with his gang days.
Chris, I need this nigga to go from Greenleaf to Grove Street in a heartbeat. Okay. I need that because you can do so much with a black pastor that has powers. Do you not understand what you can do with that? I don't care if it's not in the comic book.
They did say season 2 was going to be very much power-centric. There's going to be some more metahumans, and I'm like, oh, shit.
I'm just going to put it out there. D's going to be the mark of it. If I don't see Flash, y'all fucked up.
Everybody keeps saying Static, but that's another story. We're not get into that.
But actually, you know what? That's what I want. I want him to gain the powers of Static Shock. That will be fucking.
What's going on?
No, wait. No, screw that. I want Static Shock to actually make a cameo appearance.
He probably will.
He will.
But here's the thing.
Will.
Now, here's the kicker.
Maybe.
There's a point in this movie where Clifton Powell does go full blown Friday After Next Pinky. Without him saying nigga. Like, I was waiting for him to say, what's going on, nigga? I was waiting for it. Didn't get it. But he gets there. He almost gets there. But he had the look of death when she said bones. And at that point, you're like, oh, yeah, you clearly... Yeah, and you find out that him and Lofovich have been keeping in contact. And Lofovich is like, yeah, somebody bought the place that we put Jimmy Bones at.
And then, like I said, and give him Michael Weiss, who doesn't get enough fucking credit for half the crap he does as a character actor. The look of his face when he started talking about his daughter, he was like, "That's my daughter you talking about." All right, still put a finger up her ass.
Yes, he's eating a fucking chocolate bar, and I'm like, oh.
That's how, I mean, yo, just to add, because
slurping on it and everything. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. It was so funny.
When he was eating, I turned to my wife, because he's fat, you see. He has to have food.
But dude, he's slurping on the shit. Like, it's not even like typical fat dude you see in the movie where they're just eating and that's it. This dude is slurping the shit out of that fucking thing, and I'm like, oh boy, they really just went with the glutton fat, didn't they?
Yeah. You're a fat guy, so you got to act like a fat guy.
I mean, he was eating inside the fucking car when they pulled up on the white dudes going inside there and stuff. I was like, oh, so he's just one of those dudes. He's like fucking Brad Pitt in those movies where he's eating all the time, except he doesn't work out.
So as they're trying to fix the place up, that's when we finally run into fucking Pam Grier, who's full on, don't you get away from there. Do you know what type of evil's in there? And it just gets combed over because she has a hot looking daughter.
Yeah, who?
I'm serious. They forget. It's like we knew the neighborhood. We want to get to know you and all the rest of that. I mean, I got to be real with you. I tuned out because I was waiting for Snoop.
I mean, because basically she's
because
like
all it really was Khalil trying to mac on Bianca Lawson, and I was over there like light skin love.
Gotta be real, man.
And we don't want to talk to no dark skins.
I gotta be real, man.
Light skin love.
She did go opposite of what most women in these movies do in the aspect of she never played hard to get. She immediately just was like, "Hey, I'm fucking this dude."
Hey,
off the break.
You kind of fine. You got that little penciled in mustache that's going to be out of style in a few years. So yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not mad because I'm like, hey, that's a breath of fresh air. Honestly, it's like, hey, no hard to get. Hey, cool. Clearly,
but then
she has attraction.
Chris, this is a fucking horror movie. It doesn't take much.
Yeah, but they do it in a way that's not like, because if it was a white couple, they would have fucked like right there. It would have been so egregious.
No, they wouldn't. She would have been the virgin.
Yeah, and she would be the one to survive.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Which, hold on. Which, flash forward, she is.
Yeah. Wait a minute, she's a virgin? Oh yeah, she is a virgin.
No, she's not a virgin, but she survives this movie.
Yeah, we'll get into that, but
don't worry, it ain't like we spoiled anything.
So here's the thing. So even with Bone Spirit giving them hints of get the fuck out this house,
Pam Grier going full on tinfoil hat
shotgun from the window of his place, looking at the kids like, "Hey kids, get the fuck out of here!" And they're like, "Oh, sure, crazy old black guy. Yeah, sure, yeah, whatever. We don't care."
Actually, no. He didn't just say get out of here. He just said, hey, you see that dog? You shoot that dog. Just kill
Here's
him.
me. Why would you do it?
I did. Ran out of bullets.
Okay. Also,
it's dark. Hold on. That was dark.
No, here's my thing.
Darkest sketch.
No, here's my thing. I don't get the whole. It actually adds on to what he says later. So whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. So during this whole process, I'm gonna montage the shit out of this whole process here. So basically, because a good setup of this is Bones and Spirit watching the kids, and he's doing shit like putting blood inside fucking pipes, which makes the kids find where Bones is at down below in the basement and stuff.
Which was weird. You'd think he would have done that years ago to somebody
from Jump, but
well, yeah. Well, you gotta remember, years ago, nobody ever entered that building.
Bullshit. That's a crack house waiting to happen. You mean to tell me nobody walked in that?
Dude, the place was abandoned. It's completely condemned. Like, dude, I always felt like if I took one step inside of that building, if I step on a loose floorboard, the entire brownstone collapses on itself.
Eris,
and yes, I am speaking in cartoon logic, but damn it, it could happen.
No. I agree with you to an extent, but I'm just going to throw it out there again. You mean to tell me during that place survived the crack era with no crackheads running into that thing?
No, see, there's that. Because this was 1979.
I like that pause right there. Like, Yeah, so there's
D
that.
it's like this. D halfway has a point. Look, D
Like,
in the movie.
okay. Like, but you know what? That don't even matter. That doesn't even matter because not only was that house completely abandoned, the entire neighborhood was abandoned.
And I like how when Clifton, when they like, they all brought Cliff the Powder. All right, Dad, you gonna like this place? You're like, yeah. And all of a sudden, I like how it snuck up on him, where he hops out the car. What y'all doing in this neighborhood? Like, nigga, you saw them driving down there.
Exactly. It's and the thing of it is, he finds out that his son takes him. Kylie takes him to what he's doing, and that's when Cliff was like, "No, you gotta sell this shit, son. Get out of here now." And it's like that's when he goes full Pinky a little bit on his son a little bit. It's like, you need to get the fuck out of here now. It's like, yo, he about ready to say nigga. He really about to say it.
And then he sees Shotgun, and then he sees Pam Grier. He's like, nah, I'm out of here. Fuck this. No, can't do with this. Not today. No, Satan. I'm moving. Y'all never see me again.
See. This is why I left this neighborhood and moved into the white neighborhood.
I like how he said that, because here's me. See, and this is where it also pops into Blaxploitation territory. There are always three villains in a Blaxploitation movie: the drug dealer, the cop, and the black guy who wants to do better. Because the black guy that always wants to do better wants to be a white person.
You see him dressed pretty preppy.
Yeah, and it's always that's where it goes into Blaxploitation territory, man. And it always kills me how the black guy that wants to do good is like the most Carlton Banks white about his life.
I mean, he has glasses on, which had me rolling. I'm like, so you just got glasses on, so now you fully acclimated into full-blown whiteness. Gotcha. Understand.
Hey, look, look, Chris, all I have to do is cut off my dreadlocks, make my goatee like a straight up goatee, like a white guy, and have high pants. I'm already there. But I could be a white guy.
Now, real talk, when it comes to Clifton Powell's character, dude, he was one haircut away from being Keith David's character from ATL.
Man, no bullshit.
Tennis shorts and all.
Here's the one thing I will give Keith David's character. Keith David's character was a true black dude that left the hood. Because it was like,
what, ATL?
Look here, nigga. Yeah, because his was more like, look here, nigga, you don't know where the fuck I'm from. Look, man, nigga, I'm from Bankhead like you, motherfucker.
Yeah, Keith David looked like he could get mad niggerish in a second.
Yeah. That's why, like, a good example, like, hey,
that's what makes
you and I both interviewed. We interviewed Neil deGrasse Tyson. Look, real talk. If Neil wanted to, he would have been saying nigga a billion. That nigga from the Bronx, you know he would.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I love that. Like, at that point, you're thinking to yourself, okay, so Pam Grier has straight up told her daughter not to fuck with that house, not to fuck with that house, not to fuck with them people. She goes anyway. And I'm thinking to myself, well, at least she's like, well, I guess she thinks her daughter is independent of it. She can do whatever she wants to. So one night because Pam Grier at this point, she always been a spiritual person doing tarot readings and all the rest of that mess. She has herself a seance. During her seance, her daughter is over there with Khalil and all that. And right before her and Khalil was about to bang, she was like, nah, I just want to go to sleep and shit. Cool, whatever. Chris is over there with his dick in his hand.
All I'm saying is...
Real talk. All right, Chris, I'm not even going to make fun of you. I think everybody, come on, throw a titty out. Just one. I'll pause it.
The thing about it is, it was funny to me about, like, seeing Pam Grier and her. It was like, I believe that's her daughter and stuff. And the thing of it is, it's like her daughter. I was thinking it was gonna pull one of those things in those movies where it's like the daughter actually also does tarot reading, but she doesn't apparently in this movie.
No, they kind of alluded to the fact that she was also connected spiritually, and it's actually weak. It's actually very weak, and they tried to connect it later on in the movie. And trust me, you don't remember it even happening because they address it for like 2.5 seconds, and you don't even. It comes and goes that quickly. Where they kind of mention that she gets it like her mom, but
well, I mean, she ducks underneath. She ducks underneath a fucking a ladder at when she first meets Kelly Khan, And he's all like, "Don't you? Isn't that bad luck?" He's like, "Yeah, but I don't necessarily believe it per se." And I'm like, "Okay."
So look, here's me. Says the golf kid that goes to church every weekend. Cool.
It's like, come on. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding, lady?
Who the fuck is you kidding? Don't stop being a bad boy, nigga. But I like how she's having a seance and she's like laying in bed. And she's like, go ahead. Like you just see something creep in the bed. Now this is where it gets weird for me. Spoiler.
This is where it got weird, D.
No. This is where it gets weird for me. Spoiler alert, everybody. That's Jimmy's daughter. Second of all, whatever dragged her underneath the covers, because she's like trying to sleep and something drags her under the covers.
No. See, no. What we got was some angel heart territory shit.
Oh boy. Hey. First off, Erish, you need to explain to people what you mean by the angel heart theory. Please explain.
Okay, the fact that she was on a bed, it looked, because it's Bianca, she was looking hot, and then you immediately cringe when you see that she was about to be covered in a pool of blood.
Okay.
Or I'm just gonna be like D. It got sexier.
That too. There's that. There's also that. It got like you cringe.
Hold on. I'm gonna be real with you, Eris. This is Bam territory for you and I. Yes, water or any liquid does amazing stuff.
Oh,
it's always amazing. It's amazing every time.
See what I first got when was it the first time I saw this movie? I said, okay, New Line Cinema, you love the bloodbath scene from Blade so much that you had to bring it back in this movie.
Didn't they, nigga? Also, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Hey Bianca, headlights, baby. We see them.
Yep. I see nipple. I'm good.
Also, like no. I thought Chris was like, yep. We made it cold in there. I don't care. He's a hero.
When you need a hero, there's your hero right there.
Yo, but that whole scene. I got my wife over there, Angie over here, like, that was like she was like, I get it, because she was trying to explain to me and all that. I was like, or the movie just 2000 itself and thought it looked cool.
Totally
did. Hey, Eris, didn't this whole movie do all these weird little quick shots and all the moving up? Oh my God, this movie was so 2000s.
It totally is.
Jesus, if I cut it open, TRL will fall out.
Hi, I'm Carson Daly, and this is TRL.
Jesus.
Actually, you cut it open, you might get sway too. Just putting that out there.
No,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't.
All right. No. This is 2001, bruh. We would gotten TRL, Sway, Kurt Loder, the Korean girl who was on MTV for a hot minute.
Sushin Pak?
Yeah, Sushin Pak. Thank you, Sushin Pak. And for a bullshit bonus, our boy Gideon.
Oh, and Amana. Who, by the way, she getting her Bob Vila on. She building houses for humanity, Habitat for Humanity.
Sorry, who?
Anana Lewis. She actually builds houses now. No bullshit.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
She's on that fucking humanitarian houses for Habitat for Humanitarian tip. I was like, oh shit.
Also, you said Bob Vila. You actually meant Jimmy Carter.
Oh, Jimmy Carter. Oh, they both the same.
Yeah.
They're two white dudes
what
that
is
build
Bob
shit.
Vila doing now? What is Bob Vila doing now outside of choking hookers at night? If I told you he did that, you would believe it.
Wishing that the HGC called him to do a This Old House reunion. That's why.
Or you know what? I do have this weird feeling where if we looked up Bob Vila, we're like, yo, this nigga got bank like shit. He owns what?
No. See, what had me rolling is all of a sudden I found out Bob Lee was on the front lines at Ferguson for Black Lives Matter. I'd be like, oh shit! All right, shit. The club finally opens and stuff, and as per anything, the bad things that happen ends up happening. And their best friend who dressed up like Jimmy Bones in the past and stuff, basically catches that L big time from Jimmy via the dog.
Not just the dog. No, first the dog. First he shows up as the dog. Then he transforms into a hot woman that nobody else saw at the club, and goes directly for the DJ. Just signals him, hey, Follow me upstairs.
Fine ass women.
Bear.
I mean, I don't knock them. I get it.
Bear in mind, not saying a word, just gestures, head nod, and all that shit. And he's like, "Hey, yo, man, I'm gonna need you to take over. Like, take over, do a solo spot for me. Just do that real quick. I gotta go."
Now we also want to see the part that pissed off Eris too. Keep going. I'm gonna tell you the part that pissed you off. Go ahead.
So he goes up. So he follows her upstairs. I'm like, bro, you notice that she is not saying a word. I'm sorry. I would have at least gotten a hello or something. You know, just to make sure that she's real.
Or Eris, because we know you. We know you. Just gonna put it out there. I'm about that head game, so you better washed up, and because I washed up before I even came here. So I'm just saying, I'm trying to get nasty. Why you not saying that? No.
So your boy rolls up.
So he rolls up in the room and
gotcha, bitch.
I mean, straight up got you, bitch. Straight up got you, bitch. My man gets torn limb from limb.
I mean,
and
look. I saw Django Unchained when that dog ripped that black dude to back dude. This is like a goofier version of that, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, it really is. And come to find out, and this is where it gets weird to me. They said early in the movie that dog is going to keep feeding and feeding and feeding until it gets what it wants or whatever.
No. What it is no matter how much you feed it, it'll just keep eating. It'll never stop.
So I got a question. Is it because they unlocked the room is when he finally killed a human? Because clearly Bones has been killing people for the last 2 decades that entered that house. Was it because the door was open?
No. Them breaking the door, that really had absolute dick to do with it, because as long as the dog was eating, it was slowly resurrecting Bones.
Yeah, but it didn't. You know what? Whatever. Listen.
And also the other thing that gets me is I like how the dog is pretty much like Imperfect Cell, because he never strays too far from the brownstone. Mm-hmm. He chased down Shotgun, and again, Shotgun is pretty much locked inside the rundown apartment version of Fort Knox.
He comes down to get his alcohol every once in a while. That's about it.
He comes down, church. So.
And I love, and even though he tries to chase him down, like, I have a feeling if I can at least kill one person that killed me, I can get, I can actually come back. But no, he's just been slowly killing random people, and in this case, innocent teenagers.
Yeah, and I mean, he eats the kid, and as the dog's eating the kid, basically Bones resurrects via that.
I know Eris got pissed off at. We cut back to the party. The brother's like, "Hey, yo, where you been at, man? I've been up on the stage all long time." It hasn't been one song.
Like 2 minutes.
It's only one song.
It's only been 2 minutes if you really think about it. And the thing of it is,
look, let's give the movie 10 minutes. He's complaining. It's like, dog, he's fucking. What makes you thought he was going to come back and go and come back that quick? This is like when him going to take a piss. You knew he was going to bang a chick.
That's like
so
me.
That's
like me telling Eris, "Hey, I'm about to hit up this fine ass chick. I'll be back." I'm pretty sure Eris is not going to assume I'm going to be back in 10 minutes. I'm just saying. I mean, the same thing if Eris or you or Eris or Dwayne told me this shit. I'm going to be like, I'm not expecting you guys to be back in 5 minutes, not even 10 minutes, not even 30 minutes, not even an hour. I'm just going to just wait till whenever you guys get back. How about that?
No.
Yeah, hold on.
Straight up.
Now, hold on. In some cases, if I'm gonna say 5, if I say 5 to 10 minutes, that means, bruh, I'm gonna need you to soldier on for me. If you see me, like if you see me. No, hold on.
1 hour with me.
If I come back, then hey, we can continue where we left off.
Yeah. Here's my thing. You got 1 hour with me, because at that point, I know human beings. Hey, yo, Eris. It don't take an hour to fuck. Especially a chick you don't know.
But CD, I gotta try this new move on her.
I gotta try this new move, man. Because I'll do this on my girlfriend. I'm a killer. So I gotta be sure. I got the precise angle to do this, right? So Jimmy comes back and holy shit, does he come back?
Okay, so first off,
he wakes up, has clothes on. Just go with it, everybody. Blows out the pilot light to the gas. That's to the gas line. Cracks a lamp. I mean, cracks not a lamp. He cracks a light bulb, which creates a spark, and everything blows up. There's fire around him. It's bad. Now, just to be honest with you, it's a bad green screen effect, but it looks kind of cool because of Snoop with long hair. So you kind of let it go.
Bro, this is hold up. This is this is just coming off of Last Meal Snoop and Paid the Cost to Be the Boss Snoop.
Yep. So this is kind of a cool version of Snoop we're getting, right? And everybody, and so the house, like everybody evacuates the house. Wait a minute now. Actually, no, wait a minute. No, we're skipping a part because we forgot about
because the brownstone burns down.
No, we forgot about the maggot party.
No, oh yeah. Okay, so before the house burns down, before the brownstone burns down, boy Cali Kane goes up there to check on his friend, and he sees his friend's murdered, and the dog rolls out there and barfs up a bunch of maggots. And yeah, at that point, if you're eating rice watching that, you might want to stop.
Also, my God. Also, this is where, CJ, this is where I gotta agree with you. You pick a lane. You're either gonna be creepy and scary, or you're gonna be self-aware and silly and stupid.
This is where the movie took a turn. And I didn't mind the maggots thing because it is still creepy.
No, it's not the maggots. It's not the maggots. It's not the maggots. It's the fact that it's a dog puking up maggots as a fucking weapon and shoots it at.
Also, there was a burp sound effect to go with it.
Yeah, burp sound effect went along with it too. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it crosses Philly.
I'm like, just stop being scary now.
Yeah, and then that's when Snoop came out there and blew everything up. Now, everybody's standing outside the brownstone as it's on flames. Shotgun says the line that made me leave this movie for 15 minutes to get my life back in order. He says, and I quote, "Should have been did this."
Yeah, should have did this a long time ago.
Yeah, and it's at this point
Why?
that yeah.
No. Don't you do it, Chris. Why haven't you?
Yeah, that is kind of that is crazy how they couldn't just again in a movie.
Why?
Considering that, as we pointed out earlier, the police would not have given a fuck about Jimmy dying if Jeremiah and them admitted it. If they burn the house down, I don't think if they burn the house down, I'm pretty sure the town or wherever fucking place they were at would not have given two shits.
Exactly. So why the hell you never did it?
At most, you would have had a pissed off son like, "Fuck you, Dad, you burned my dream."
Dude. To me, it was like when he said that, I was like, what? Why would you even say that out loud in the movie? So anyway,
so at this point, that's when Pearl decides to finally tell her daughter that Jimmy Bones is her dad, and she had a relationship with him. Because Cynthia is kind of looking at her mom like, "Hey, why are you freaking out? It's just a building that got burned down," and then boom, she spills the beans that Jimmy Bones is her dad.
And that's when Dee says, "Bullshit."
And at this point, Jimmy starts going on his wacky fucking kill streak where he confronts Shotgun, which I wouldn't even say him confronting Shotgun was even wacky. It was very straightforward. He's a vengeful spirit. He felt Shotgun could have did more or at least died for him. So he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna ease your guilt and I'm gonna kill you."
You know what had me laughing? You know what had me laughing about that was when he told him, he was like, "Man, I had no other choice. There was nothing I could do. Could have died with me."
Yeah.
Hey, Eris. If you come back as a vengeful spirit and I say, "Eris, there's nothing I can do," you can't die with me. Hey, yo, Eris, fuck you. That wasn't gonna fucking happen, and you know it wasn't gonna happen, dude.
No,
come on.
Look, look, I'm the same way. I'm like, bruh, come on now. First of all, Snoop was already gonna die anyway. The man was dying anyway. And the fact that he had to take another stab wound just because everybody had to be implicated, yes, it sucks. But I would have looked at Snoop like, "Come on, dog. Are you really gonna come after us? shouldn't the corrupt cop be like both him and Eddie Mack? Shouldn't they be the main two that you need to go after? Clifton Powell included.
And to give him his credit, yeah, they were the next people he went after. But that's what I'm saying. Why would you go after your friend? That's where I had the question. That's where I was like, wait a minute. So what kind of vengeful spirit are you?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the kind of vengeful spirit he is. He's the kind of vengeful spirit where if my dog version is failing to chase after your ass and I gotta come back in physical form, I'm paying you back for all them gunshot wounds that you put in me, man.
True.
All right. You
shot me, you shot me as a dog. You think I forgot about that?
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Look, and I know it was really bold for the fucking screenwriter to have Shotgun say this. Wait a minute. So what are your powers exactly?
Now here's the kicker. Callie visits his dad, and he tells him, "Hey, so did you have something to do with Jimmy dying?" And that's when his dad, full tilt, says, "Yeah, I betrayed Jimmy because they were in order to sell drugs in the neighborhood, so I can get money. And I wanted to be more popular and successful than Jimmy." And I'm like, this was like the shittiest way to do it, dog.
I mean, like, really the shittiest way to even tell your son. You could have just made yourself sound like the hero and said, "Hey, Jimmy wanted to sell crack." And I was like, fuck no, we ain't doing that shit. I stabbed the nigga. I mean, I try to help him. No, he goes full on Big Smoke.
If Jeremiah is as smart as this movie says he is, they could have pulled some bullshit where it's like, all right, Jimmy, so how about this? How about you give me some money and I put in this stock called Apple, you see? And then we make some money, you know?
And Jimmy, I don't even fuck with the white man's money like that. I just want to be out here running numbers in the 1970s when nobody's fucking doing it no more.
And if Jimmy said that, you know what? Hey, Jeremiah, he'll turn on his ass. He don't want fucking money. He doesn't like money. He'll turn him. Fuck him. Apparently, he doesn't like money.
Better yet, why don't you just take the money that you get from your cuts of working with him and just invest money yourself?
But he wants everybody to get a piece of the pie. That's why.
I don't know. I'm like,
no. I'm talking about First of all, whatever you do with your cut, that's your business. That's why I said you take the shit from your cut and you invest it.
Well, yeah, you're right, because Jimmy did look at Jeremiah like, dog, I thought I was paying you a good amount of money. What the fuck, dude?
No, you look. I love how the face Jimmy's like, no, you wouldn't, nigga. I was like fourth banana. No.
Yeah.
But look. All right. Anyway, so the first person Jimmy goes to is over to Matt.
Yeah, Eddie Mack. Now, here's the thing. I'm looking at Eddie like his snowflake girlfriend. This motherfucker dares.
I love how not only does he stay in the hood, always getting a perm, but he gets the most trashiest white girl and just
audacity.
Bangs her cheeks to smithereen every night.
No, sir. First off, it's not enough that this guy got the audacity to compare his fucking cracked out girlfriend to Marilyn Monroe. This motherfucker really dares to say that she got cakes when she has no fucking goddamn cakes.
Oh my god! You know what?
My brother. Look, my brother. That right there, camera included, trying to add extra pounds, all that. No, that is an optical illusion if I've ever seen one.
That wasn't no optical illusion. She was crackhead skinny. Now I didn't say meth head skinny. That's a whole
no. I'm talking about the shape of that ass. No matter how many camera angles you try to point at it, nigga, that is an optical illusion.
Which confirms one other thing. Eddie Mack's a hotep. That's why he don't have any black women. There you go.
Yeah,
Chris. We ain't got enough room for the truths that are coming out of your mouth right now. So I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up.
I'm right.
I like how not only does he kill, like we said earlier, how he killed Eddie Mack's boys, where it was the this motherfucker used the I didn't know that Jimmy Bones had the power of your boy off. I didn't know he had the powers of your boy off of Fist of the North Star, where he just swipes his hand.
Oh my god, pow! Like,
no, the nigga with the long hair.
I'm about to say Shiro. fucking.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Didn't know that he had the powers to do that.
Was it Shin? Was it Shin?
I think it wasn't Shin. I forgot his name. Whatever.
He just claws at you, and that does damage.
Oh yeah, dude, his boy that was the dude that was tagging along with him that sliced through people with his fingers. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And it wasn't even just that. How about the fact that he holds up the mirror and said, "That's all you got." He shoots at the mirror and even.
Time out.
And
you forgot the fact that he dumped his white girlfriend in the trash can, which is fucking
hilarious.
That he
did. He did.
Which I'm gonna be honest with you, because the way the legs were hanging out, I laughed at it. Andrew's like, "Why are you laughing at? Look at that shit! What the fuck? Like, how can you not look at how dumb that looks? That's awesome."
So,
by the way, I was loving the movie at this point.
I mean, it's already full tilt wacky, but like you said, go ahead, Sue. When he shoots the mirror,
he shoots the mirror out, and going back to how wacky it is, bruh. I loved how he pulls up all of the broken shards of glass, and the shit went into fucking Mortal Kombat territory.
Yo, I thought it was like Scorpion versus Johnny Cage.
It was like the Scorpion stinger, just hanging right there. My man tried to turn, run, and they go flying right.
Actually, that reminded me of reminded me from Tales from the Hood when that sinister sent the ghost of the black senator fucking hit that white cop with the needles and shit.
I mean, look, if I could look,
same setup and all, dog.
Look, I will say this: as much as I get on New Line Cinema, I love New Line Cinema, but this movie wears its New Line Cinema badge with pride.
Hey,
doesn't it?
Got to.
Doesn't it?
I mean, almost everything that you expect out of a New Line Cinema is in this one movie.
I'll give it up. The one thing I wasn't expecting was, hey, so he killed Eddie Mack. Why am I still hearing this? Oh my God, he cut his head off.
He cut his head now. His whole thing is, folks, is that he cuts his head off because he's going to feed his soul to hell. Straight up. To which I'm like, did you make a deal with Satan? Is Spawn here? What's going on here?
No,
exactly.
This Jimmy Bones.
Because first it goes back to what I said earlier. So what are your powers exactly?
First of all, we're given a nice bit of info dump, some exposition, if you will, from Bianca Lawson earlier. Yeah. In case you forgot, in case you thought we forgot about her. No, earlier in the movie, she mentioned, well, you know how a house is not just a house. There's two houses. You got the living side. And then there's the house under the house, which is the world of the dead and all this other shit. So apparently Jimmy Bones' house, normally, it looks one way. But when he died, his house turned into the land of the dead.
So is this like the fucking 12 ghosts and shit where the house just morphs whenever it feels like? Is that what this is?
No, not necessarily, because it's not like once you walk in, you're in the home of the dead. No, apparently that's what that elevator was for. The elevator went all the way down into the world of the dead.
Okay. D. Shaw, 3 Black Geeks. I saw Halloween 6, so this makes a lot of sense. Okay, fine, fuck it.
Clearly, I don't know anything.
clearly, fuck me. Okay, fuck me and all the movies I say. Okay, and I really meant that. I seen Halloween 6, Halloween 5, Halloween 4. I say all of them. 4 to Jason Goes to Hell, and if you want to put X in there because you're a cynical motherfucker that don't like good kills and good comedy, actually Jason X and this movie have a lot in common. But if you really want to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of horror movies that make no type of sense. So I'm gonna let this go.
Now here's the kicker.
I'm gonna let that go.
Lovovich probably has one of the more funnier deaths, and rightfully so. He deserved this shit 10 times over. He deserves it.
Why? Because he's a white cop? Is that why?
Because he's the one who. Well, no, because he's the one who shot him. He's the one who started all this shit.
No. I'm going back to Christopher. Why? Because he's a white cop. Blue lives matter too. Blue lives matter too.
Lovovich, considered as early 2000s, he didn't have the "I hate black people" mustache.
No, he had the Mark Furman nigger look.
I mean, yeah, that's very much true.
And the only reason, while he might have hated black people, he was forcing himself to work with one just so he can get some extra money on the side.
Yeah,
but that's what all cops do.
And I do like, and I did like how, flashing back to the '70s when Shotgun did refer to Eddie Mack as Huggy Bear.
That was funny. I love, but yo, Snoop. Not only does Lupovich makes this drop off for Eddie Mack, which is crack, I guess. He's still giving them crack in the early 2000s. Whatever, it's your city. I don't know what they're doing. But he turns around, he sees Jimmy. He not only does Jimmy make him smoke crack, he then puts his hand over his mouth. He moves his hand. There's no mouth there, and then he hangs him up on a hook.
Cuts him open, and the crack smoke comes out.
Like, as soon as he opens up the door and he sees Eddie Mack's head, one of the writers told Ricky Harris, "Hey, Ricky, I'm gonna just need you to just
ad-lib.
No, not even ad-lib, just for the remainder of this movie. Anytime your head talks, I need you to talk in Def Comedy Jam."
Dude, that whole scene, I'm sitting there like, this is the longest fatality in Mortal Kombat. This joke had phases. Like, Jesus.
Like, dude, when you first see him carry Eddie Mack's head and he's just talking, he said, "Man, how you gonna do me like this, Jimmy? Come on, man. Yeah, I know. Like, look, I know it's fucked up what I did. Look, I killed you, then you killed me. We even, nigga." Like,
actually, I paused the movie. He's actually right.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I like
now,
how
hold on.
Eddie...
Wait, hold on. Then the last bit, because this part actually did legit make me laugh. Jimmy walks up next to a wall, smacked his head up against the wall. Oh, so you just gonna bang my shit up against the wall, huh?
Here's the kicker, right? I like how Eddie is trying to barter with a spirit. Like, I got $20,000. I'm like, what the fuck is a spirit gonna do?
What is that going to matter? What is that going to... Look, now, you know what that is?
I got 20,000.
Nah, that was pure nigga shit. Only niggas do that. Niggas do that shit.
Wait, D, and just to prove to you how niggerish that was, I got $20,000 I got hidden away. Half of it's yours. Okay, all right.
Yours.
Like, okay, all right. The whole thing. You can get the whole thing. Again, you're dead and he's dead.
How about 350?
Like,
350.
I'm like, what's money gonna do? What is he gonna do? And, you know what? And I really want to believe that there was a deleted scene out there or a deleted line of dialogue where Snoop looks at Eddie and says, "Nigga, I'm a ghost. What the fuck I'm gonna do with $20,000?
Bow down. Yeah, the whole movie, I'm like, bow down. Ha ha. Ah. T-O-double-G.
So here's the thing. He has
Long Beach.
Long Beach. Grove Street, nigga.
Nah, doggy style, no limit.
Doggy style, no.
Buy doggy style in your stores.
No. Doggy's
wait.
Angels. Doggy's Angels new album's coming out, y'all.
No, D, you didn't hear me earlier. Snoop sings the shit. 213.
Oh my god.
Dude, doggy, dog.
So at point.
Hold on. And I got the part I think we all did.
You know, every single time that he kills somebody, I wish that I could just hear his line from the song, "Bitch, please."
See, I thought you said every time his music comes on, like an angel get his wings or some shit.
No, just every time he kills somebody, like I just want him to just say "bitch, please," especially when somebody was trying to barter with him. You don't barter with a ghost, okay?
I was really hoping there would be more Snoop-isms, but we had enough of it.
Well, Jeremiah's the only one, because at this point Snoop kidnaps Jeremiah and stuff, and Clifton is the only one that is like bartering in a very reasonable way that any person in that position would be bartering, because it's like, well, that makes sense because he's a person that's just like, look, I know what I did was wrong, but I feel I'm paying my penance already, so you don't have to do this. You know.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like, well, you're right. But you do live in a white neighborhood, slice.
Yeah, I know, right? But I like the okay. So
you wanna know what's really fucked up at how he took out? I think out of everybody, Clifton got it the worst because he didn't just die. You know,
he got fed to the wall.
No. He got fucked with 3 times by getting fed in there and then getting pulled out. That was fun.
I know, right?
No. And did you like how Snoop actually broke character the second time he pulled him out? He said, "It's a trip, ain't it?"
I got to be honest with you. That part was like, I don't care if you don't care, movie. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, that whole scene was just hilarious to me. It's like, okay.
No,
cool.
and then, no, the part that made me roll, the part that I was like, yo, was when he was calling for his son, and Khalil walked over to the wall. He all grabbed, like, get me out of here. You can't do this. You can't do this. Because none of this shit makes any sense. I mean, when did he ever have the power to actually feed me to a wall of dead people like this? Really, when you think about it, he had to make us deal with the devil. They didn't even show that in the movie. This makes no sense, son.
I mean,
Jimmy did this to me. He did this to me. Keep in mind, he still got on the glasses. He did this to me.
Look, as his funny thing, as much as I do knock the fact that part didn't make any sense to me, because like, okay, so now he's Satan. I will admit this, at least the wall of dead people, that may have been their cheapest, most effective effect to me in the movie. Because all you had to do was put people in mud makeup and you do the rest.
It was a mix of both special effects as well as the practical effects.
It looked like it was practical.
It was definitely. Well, no, see, it was special effects when they made it appear, you know, like earlier in the movie. Early in the movie, it was like straight up blue screen or green screen or whatever. Yeah. But when they actually had to shoot that part, then that's when it became practical. Mm-hmm. Again, me going back into old man angry at movies mode. I missed
No. Look.
I missed practical.
Eris, look, put it this way. You get it. You get the game, and there's even some CGI you really like. And you're like all of us. When you can tell that they actually put the work in, not only on the CGI side, but the practical effects side, because they still do practical effects now. It's just it's fucking expensive and it's hard to do. I get it. You have a real appreciation for it. It's just that the 2000s, they really busted that way too much.
Now here's the thing. So Pearl tells him, hey, in order to defeat Jimmy, you gotta burn that dress. No, not just burn the dress. No, we come to find out his weakness is actually his blood. You know that pink blood that was just splattered all over.
But here's look, I'm fine with that because it's connected to his blood, and you think to yourself like, why is it connected to his blood? What did they have to do with anything? Shut the fuck up. We have 5 minutes left.
So at this point, they're going through hell literally, and you know Patrick. Kali Khan, he has to kill, his brother dies because he's going after his friend. He's going after what he thought was his friend, and his friend was just a vengeful spirit that for some reason killed him. So that just leaves Kali Khan and Bianca to travail the whole house and stuff. And they get to this little room that's kind of basically Snoop and Pam Grier basically kind of reminiscing from old times, and she's kind of like picturing herself back in the day and things like that, and they're having their moment.
There was a bunch of pseudo artistic stuff they tried to do. Again, I've got to be real with you.
Vampire in Brooklyn, because you remember the end of that movie.
It did.
Yeah.
Like I said, it tried with a lot of like I said, it went into the artsy mode, which I got to be honest with you, it's an early 2000s movie, so
you got red candles all over the place.
Yeah, it's an early 2000s movie, so it's more like we know you're trying to be artsy, but that's when you look at the director, he's just sitting there, ask me what it means.
So what ends up happening is Pearl realizes that, this shit isn't going to go the way it needs to go, so she decides she's going to burn herself because she has on the dress. And Jimmy is all like, no, and then Jimmy...
Can I also ask this question? I really want to ask this. Yo, Pam, you picked up you just picked up a random candle and you decided to light yourself on fire. Can I just ask you, the fuck was that dress made out of? Kerosene?
No, that's what I'm like, yo, what is she made of? Because not only did the dress go up, her whole body got engulfed in like not in a half a second.
But before, hold on, but before getting to that, let's cut back to Khalil. Let's cut back to Khalil reenacting his scuffle with Bishop. Because if there's anything that I can recall when it comes to Khalil and fighting in movies, he never stands a chance.
No, he never does. Never.
Yeah, that's when a light skin doesn't work for you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we saw what happened to him in fucking Juice when Tupac shot his ass. So it never bodes well.
That's what I'm saying.
Again, bro, you got killed. Like, you got killed by a nigga, like with a nigga with a pistol. You really gonna try to take on a ghost with nothing? Also,
just real talk. You replace Flex on 1-on-1. You deserve everything that's coming to you.
Now, can I also say, bruh, you try to take on a ghost with nothing. At least Alan Payne had a weapon to take on Eddie Murphy, okay?
Whack ass fucking stick, but yeah.
Hey, whatever.
First of all, it wasn't just no random stick. That was a stick that was given to him by the witch doctor who gave him the cheat codes on how to kill him.
And it still didn't fucking work.
Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work.
Dude literally had the fucking Pride of Africa stick and still lost. How the hell does that work?
Look, first of all, the reason why
that was the Pride of Haiti. Get it right.
Pride of Haiti stick, my bad.
Look, CJ, let's get something straight. First of all, the only reason why that shit didn't work is because he didn't know that the matchup of him versus Eddie Murphy was like 8-2. Okay,
sir, it was a 9-1 matchup. All right, and I'm being nice with that one. That should have been 10-0.
You're being nice. I'm saying 8-2 because he has the weapon. All he got to do is just stab him, which he did. He stabbed him, but we get the joke, and this needs to be a meme. The heart. This is my stomach. This is my heart.
This is my Scott versus Dan. It's like, come on, dog. What are you doing? What are you doing? But
hold on, because look, I know I'm going back to Vampire in Brooklyn. It's just that this scene of Bones just reminds me so much of it.
Because even Bones got up to Patrick, choked him, and I'm like, oh, he chokeslammed him. By God, he has a family.
Bro, he did choke him. Like, he yoked his ass up, and then had the spirit pretty much had him spinning around and shit. I'm like, so
match, Pam Grier might as well say she's like Miss Kitty and showing the titties, except she just burned herself, and Bones is like, no, and then,
so he's like spinning them around and shit. Again, these early 2000s spirits or whatever that's floating around him, laughing and shit. He's laughing his ass off. Here's me. Hey Bones, you gonna go ahead and kill that? I mean, just put him out of his misery already. I mean, you killed everybody else. What's one more gonna do? I mean, you got Bianca who's just screaming, "Daddy, stop, hurting him, stop killing him."
To which I'm like, so that could go two ways. Daddy, stop. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Chris, go home. Go home.
I'm just saying. Hey, earlier in the movie, man, I was like, yo, did Snoop almost do something to her? No. Saying?
Actually, no, Chris, when you just asked that question, I can imagine you slowly yanking it. So I can go both ways, right? And I told you which way to do. I asked the question, okay?
Then finally, Pam. I like how all it took for Pam to snap out of it was for her to realize, oh shit! Like, look, I got young me, tight clinging dress. The twins out, and they're just lovely.
Who gave you the drug, Jimmy?
Perfect afro. Perfect. Again, she's fucking coffee at this point. She turns around and sees her real self. Oh shit. Snap myself out of this real quick. Hey Jimmy, check me out. I'm holding the candle. I love you. Burn.
No. And he joins them, and they both burn up, and Bianca and Kali leap out the house as it's burning down. Now.
Hold on. Now, in case anybody didn't notice, you notice that as the whole building is falling apart and everything is collapsing, Khalil jumps down the elevator shaft. Just as she's about to jump down the elevator shaft, she gets yanked out and then slowly walks back, jumps back down, and they get out. Now, once they manage to get
out, the whole time, Eris, she's Jimmy. She's Jimmy.
Look.
She's Jimmy.
Look, D. You know, the funny thing is, they would have never had to do that to begin with. Meaning she's his daughter, his blood. If his blood is, is his weakness that's used to kill him.
Cut her
you
hand
do know.
Fucking
I'm about to say you do know that he's got his daughter, and all it takes is anything that has his blood to he can control. So
yeah, again, I know.
That
was so pointless.
That was pointless to yank her back and then have her jump down and all that shit. Now they get out, and again, this goes straight back into Vampire in Brooklyn because we see what happens with Vampire in Brooklyn. He freaking Eddie, was it Max's character dies, and the whole damn the whole building collapses on itself, and same thing happens with Jimmy. Jimmy's house now is even more messed up. And I'm looking at this movie like, okay, we got about a good 2 minutes left. Just 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and give us the crazy twist. And he sees the picture. Now, earlier in the movie, Pam picked up a picture of her and Jimmy, and of course, Jimmy turns and looks directly at her. She freaks out, drops the photo, and I said, that's some good foreshadowing. I know we're going to see that later on. Same thing happens again, except Khalil picks up the picture, and we get the famous tagline in the movie: "Dog eat dog, boy. Dog eat dog."
And you find out Bones possessed his daughter, and boom, maggots fly in his face. And
when that happened, here's me. Oh my God, Bones is there.
Here's the kicker.
And that's pretty much how the movie ends.
Now here's the thing. I had a problem with this movie. Here's why I had a problem with it. On top of what I already said too, right?
No, I already know what it was. No topless Bianca Lawson.
No. I'm not even going that direction. So you know how, at the beginning of the movie, they're playing fucking Snoop is doing
Big Payback by James Brown. Yeah, he's doing it in
I gotta be honest with you, man. I don't like Snoop's version. Why didn't he just play the original?
I don't like it either.
Why didn't he play the original one? Is it because they had to pay more for that or what? I don't get it.
No. You gotta move with Snoop Dogg. You fucking right Snoop's gonna do it.
This soundtrack, funny enough, this soundtrack, again, we talk about movies in the 90s and early 2000s where the soundtracks hit the charts and they were huge. This actually was a pretty decently huge soundtrack.
Oh, really?
It was.
Really? Yeah.
Snoop. Bro,
what was almost a song off of this?
Let's see. Okay. No, not It's Jimmy. I'm trying to think. It was actually the song at the end of the movie.
Yeah, the song at the end of the movie is the one that really is the one that hit the charts.
What's the name of it?
Actually, it was that, and I think it was an Eminem song.
No, what was the name of that song?
Was it
Not the Eminem song. Not the Eminem song.
No. It's not These Drugs. Was it I'm trying to think. I think it was. Was it Legend of Jimmy Bones?
No, I remember. The song is actually called Dog Named Snoop.
Yeah.
Oh, that song.
Yeah.
Nah.
Him and Trey D.
Nah.
Now you know something I found out, and I noticed it the very first time that I saw the movie and I heard that song. I noticed this. Once I heard, it's a sample that was used in that song, and this is music nerd me talking here. I recognized the sound of a voice saying Snoop in a real high pitch, that not high pitch, but just that real high, loud voice. That audio clip came from the 1970s Disney film, The Rescuers.
Really?
Wow.
It did.
Really?
Wow.
Recognized.
You're a nerd.
I just established that, D. I just said this is music nerd me talking. That's what made me trip out.
No, it ain't music nerd. No, that was a music nerd. That was, oh my God, I can mention the Rescuers. Yes.
Look, I never brought it up. Look, this is just shit that's just been rattling around in my freaking brain.
I understand that, dude.
Okay, and it wasn't. And look, and it wasn't that this is something I just found out again because I knew we were going to talk about this movie. No, nigga, I've known this for years.
Oh yeah, I know how you feel. You're like that one guy that knows that one fact about Ghostbusters, and you think nobody knows it, and then when somebody finally not know it, you're like, yes, I can tell you.
But you know what? I'm not necessarily shocked that this is very Snoop West Coast centric, considered as was on Doggy Style Records and Priority. So this doesn't shock me in the least. That
not only is it on, dude, look at all of these producers that are on this, that were on this. Snoop Dogg,
Mailman,
Mailman, DJ Muggs,
Warren G.
my boy Warren G, my boy Battle Cat,
DJ Muggs.
God, like dude, there was a lot of people.
That was definitely a thing. Of course, Exhibit is only because fucking why not? It's 2001.
Dude, hold up. Exhibit's song was a song that was played in the club, and we actually got a track by D12.
That was.
Yeah, these drugs. Hell, was Eminem even on it?
No, he just produced.
Yeah, I thought so.
There was an Eminem song playing in the background, but it wasn't on the soundtrack.
Yeah,
Time out. Why am I saying Eminem wasn't in it? Eminem is D12. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, he is in the soundtrack.
Alright.
Because remember, D12 is Eminem and other black niggas.
Well, according to recent news, we all know how Eminem handles groups or handles anybody. He's not worse than Puffy, but no, see, I give Puffy this. At least Puffy knows when to cut shit off and knows he knows, hey, this shit ain't gonna work, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dead it. I'ma just leave you to die.
No, but it's not as bad as what Joe is saying. Let's just keep it a buck here. But...
Okay, all right. I won't say it's as bad as it is what he's saying, but just everything that he put out, because the man was there. He was there the whole time. He does make a lot of points.
Yeah, we can talk debate about that. But anyways,
we could. But anyways, that was Bones.
This is Bones, guys. So yeah.
Hope you enjoy your horror / Blaxploitation homage movie.
Yeah, because next week we talk to a rapist, a ghost rapist.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, his dad, a ghost dad. I'm sorry, a ghost dad.